What's up, everybody? It's Scotty here with Flat Track Flashback, and we're out here at Capital City Speedway in Ashland, Virginia, just a little bit north of Richmond, and it's the 5th year of RVA Flat Track. Now, RVA Flat Track started at this track in 2021. They had their inaugural event here, and it's a tight, aggressive little short track, super abrasive surface. This event has gone from the one-day show that it was in 2021 to running double headers here at this track. In 2023, they held races at Capital City as well as Virginia Motor Speedway, where the event was held last year. However, things have changed, and now RVA Flat Track has brought their event back to its birthplace here in Capital City Speedway. We were able to talk with event promoter John Nickens about some of the changes that went into that.
Well, we were always planning on coming back in April. In Virginia, we were going to race here Friday night and go to Virginia Motor Speedway on Saturday. And then we got the news probably January time that Virginia Motor Speedway was closing down. So we come back to our roots and have a doubleheader here at Capital City Speedway. It's a typical go-kart track, but it's a lot more abrasive. This groove turns into almost like asphalt and will eat up tires really fast. Opening night was great. The track was awesome. The racing was great. If you're not here, you missed out on a good time.
One of the most popular events on the year as far as amateur flat track racing goes. We've got riders from all over the place. We got riders from Illinois, from Georgia, from Pennsylvania, just a few locations. We got riders from North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, obviously, pro riders in the house, including the Turner Racing team. And so we caught up with some of those fast amateurs that are in the house tonight looking to compete for a little extra prize money. Just one of the many things that is offered here at the RVA Flat Track events.
This is like a really big event, and there's a lot to win here, and there's a bunch of competition, and it'll help with your racing and your level of confidence with yourself, and it can help you in the long run be better because of your competition.
Actually, it's my first time here. I love the track. I like kind of groove slick tracks. They're my favorite, so I like it a lot. I haven't raced in a while, so there was some good money to win, so we just decided to make the trip up here and try and win some money.
We were going to go to Shellhammers, but Shellhammers was canceled, so we were looking for a race, and we love RVA. We were here 2 years ago, or three years ago, and I really enjoy red clay, so here we are. It's tacky and consistent from what I remember, and we race a lot of tracks that aren't that, so it's pretty great.
I started racing when I was 4. My dad, he got me into racing, and I raced PW50 for my first bike. I've been on a 450 since I was 14 years old, and I'm 19 now, so I've been on it for quite a few years, but I love it. I work a lot, and I start college in May, but yeah, I love racing flat track. I like doing amateur stuff. It would be cool to go pro, but for now I'm just doing as many amateur races as I can. I'm going to try and do most of Corey Texter's races, and then maybe do some races at Amateur Nationals, and then like some local races up in New York at Square Deal Riders, and maybe just try and hit some other local races.
Track last night was really good, actually. It was grooved, and on the Dunlops, I didn't think it was going to be any good because the Hoosiers were working really good for everybody, but we made the Dunlops work last night, and the track was really good.
We haven't done much racing, honestly. School's been busy, so riding as much as we can at home. I've been enjoying going to FOD for motocross. Just making any races we can. We plan on trying to do the Corey Texter race program this summer, just anything.
Unfortunately for Grimel, she would not be able to contest the evening portion, with their night coming to a premature end following qualifying. But rest assured, knowing that Megan will definitely be back and ready to collect several wins throughout this 2025 season, and is sure to be a force, especially in that District 6 area where she was so dominant in several classes last year. Also representing for District 6 and showing out for the PA Posse was Adam Budman Wood, who's already one of the top AMA amateur riders in flat track. But on this weekend, Adam decided to test his skills against the expert riders at the RVA Flat Track race.
I like this track. It's really fun. I've been coming here the past couple years. Kind of just like the people that are around here, just like the people that work on the track, they actually, they work on the track nicely. The track's always the best of the best it can be. My dad's buddy, John Nickens, he's the one who promotes it. Shellhammers is kind of close to this. It's a little smaller and a little bit more banking. Trailways is a little close to this as well. But all the tracks in District 6 are pretty nice too. We have Darrow Bear over there working on all the tracks, helping getting a good series going on. Yeah, last night we ended up getting a 6th and a 4th I felt pretty good. Struggled a little bit of traction at the start of the day, but we got it figured out, and we were battling for the third position.
This year's event for RVA would be extra special for the Turner Racing Honda team, as the weekend was held in memory of team owner Mike Turner's father, Big Mike Sr. And the Turner team rides with Big Mike all of 2025, honoring him on their bikes, their gear, and across the pits and team's trailer. And boy, did this Turner team give us some fireworks throughout the night. Starting with the Dash for Cash, Trevor Bruner looking up the inside of Trent Lowe. He goes down, forcing Trent Lowe wide. This is an opportunity for Jared Lowe to contact on the front straightaway. Jared Lowe takes the lead in the Dash for Cash. Walker Porter comes into second spot. Lowe goes below the groove, and Porter rolls around the outside of Jared Lowe to take the lead as we're coming to the white flag. Walker Porter won the Dash for Cash on Friday night, looking to double up here on Saturday night. Porter with the lead. Trent Lowe gets under Jared Lowe, moves back into second place, but not enough time to run down the soon-to-be rookie expert. Walker Porter wins the Dash for Cash expert main event. Trevor Bruner gets out front early. Whoa, take it easy, Walker, going into 1 and 2. Budman up there in the mix. Trent Lowe back and forth. This is an opportunity for Trevor Bruner to exact a little bit of revenge, as he's been kind of playing bridesmaid most of the weekend. Bruner early lead, but Trent Lowe starts working his way through the pack. Here, gets under Budman and will start to chase down his Turner Racing teammates. Trevor Bruner still leading Walker Porter out front at this time. The expert main event's 25 laps long. Plenty of time to make up ground. Trent gets underneath Porter here, and now Lowe will set his sights on Turner Racing teammate Trevor Bruner. Lowe up the inside. Bruner slams the door at this point, but these two locked in a dogfight. Lowe up the inside here, able to make the pass a little wide going into 3 and 4. Bruner cuts back under to retake the lead. But trust me, this fight not done yet. Lowe right back to the rear tire of Bruner here in the closing stages of the race. He's got an opportunity going into 1 and 2, makes the move. Trevor gets moved a little bit wide. Porter and Budman not close enough to make an impact on second there. Trent Lowe able to take the lead. And from this point on, he would be unchallenged. Just a few laps left at this point. Now on the white flag lap, Lowe leading Bruner out of 2, down the back straightaway one last time. And from 4th place early in the race on a track that's difficult to pass on, you got to make things happen. And Trent did just that to win the first expert main event of the night. Bruner 2nd, Porter 3rd, Wood 4th, and Jared Lowe comes home 5th. In the final race of the night, the Open Expert main event, Trent Lowe out front, making his job a little bit easier with Jared Lowe in 2nd, Billy Ross in 3rd. Bruner having to come from the back row after an incident in the heat race. He gets up into 3rd early on. Trent Lowe, though, already starting to stretch out a gap over brother Jared Lowe. Early on, though, red flag comes out. Jonathan Conaby goes down hard in 3 and 4. This would bunch the field back up. Everybody gets a second shot to get ahead of Trent, but good start. Everybody stays in line going into 1 and 2. And from here, Trent Lowe would set sail. Jared Lowe right behind him, Trevor Bruner in 3rd. Those two would have quite a duel during this race. Bruner looking for any opportunity to get under Jared, making a little bit of contact maybe there as the two got a little tight coming out of turn 2. Walker Porter sitting here watching these two go at it. He's got the best seat in the house. Now Trevor would have a moment off camera, nearly crashed coming out of turn 2. That would allow Jared a little bit of breathing room, and Walker Porter would take over 3rd. But Trent Lowe, uncontested out front, leading this race start to finish, and boy, did he have a gap. Coming to the checkered flag, we'll wait. Couple lappers, and here comes 2nd place, Jared Lowe, Walker Porter 3rd, Trevor Bruner 4th, and Adam Wood comes home 5th.
Oh man, it was a blast. This track's always fun to come to, and it's a special one for Mike Turner, so I always enjoy coming here, and definitely a racy track. You don't have much passing lines, but you got to be aggressive, and as you saw, I got into some people. I hope there's not video of it, but it's all good. It's racing. That's how it is. So, but yeah, pretty much clean sweep of the weekend. I didn't win the dashes. Walker Porter ended up winning both dashes, but yeah, I feel like I just never set myself up good to win a dash. So, but we're good with it. I had a fun time here at RVA, and don't spend much time on the 450 anymore. So always good to get back to it. Yeah, that was tough. Up until like after the heat races yesterday, I started to feel comfortable, but yeah, it was tough to just like go back to a 450. I felt awkward kind of, and I had to like relearn like what I was doing. But I actually think it helped me in some ways with my riding. I feel like I've had to move a lot on that twin and do a lot more work riding it. So when I got on this thing, like I feel like I was able to do a little bit more with it. So yeah, just had to get comfortable, and it took a little bit. So yeah, back to the twin now. I'm gonna go to DeCoin Mile for the Jeff Hires race, and I'm gonna have some seat time there. Hopefully test some race engines and see how they're running, and hopefully there's some other twins there to compare to and that I can race with. But after the weekend after that, I have no clue what's going on. I don't really have a plan. I'll probably figure it out a couple days prior to going to a race or something.
The amateurs had their own dash for cash, and off the line, Alan Pierce gets the hole shot. Brody Hansen tries to go around the outside. The two nearly come together. Brody forced wide, back almost to fourth, but rebounds and gets into second. He would start to chase down Pierce, looking to make a little extra cash on the night. Here we go into the last lap. Brody Hansen trying to make something happen on the outside. Not enough there. Opens the door for Brianna McHugh, but Alan Pierce will take the win in the amateur dash for cash. Definitely pumped up about that. You see him give us a little show down the back straightaway. 250 amateur main event. Hayden Hathaway leading early over Braxton Reagan and Jaden Nickens. Braxton looking to make a move around the outside of Hathaway. Not many people able to pass around the outside at this track, but Reagan makes it work. Gets ahead of early race leader Hathaway, and now things get dicey. Lap rider, Reagan underneath. Hathaway makes the choice to go wide, but he's going to miss the groove. It opens the door for Jaden Nickens to take second spot. Hathaway relegated to third place here in the 250 main event. White flag out. Braxton Reagan still got a couple lappers to deal with. Race not over yet. You got to navigate this cautiously. He does just that. And Braxton Reagan, one of the most promising 250 riders in the nation, coming all the way down to Virginia from Illinois, wins the 250 main event. And how about that? He's going to give us a little show on his victory lap. Reagan looking to double up in the biggest class of the night, the Open Amateur main event. Gets a solid jump. Can't quite get ahead of Brody Hansen in 1 and 2. Slips wide just like Hansen did in the dash and gets relegated to fourth place. Brody Hansen ahead of Alan Pierce here in the Open Amateur main event. Brianna McHugh into third. Braxton Reagan into fourth. Monty Pedri in fifth. A little bit of action going on behind the leader. Hansen would stretch out a pretty good gap over this tight battle for second with Pierce, McHugh, and Reagan. But Hansen closing up on a lap rider. He also has a moment, goes wide, allows the other three to close up on him here. And this race could have been brand new. Hansen able to keep his cool, though, keep the gap between the riders behind him. And Brody Hansen would actually stretch this a good bit while these other three would duke it out. White flag now. Brody Hansen out front, smooth off of turn 2. Now in the biggest class of the night, 12 riders in the main event. Hansen, one quick look over his shoulder, brings home the win in the Open Amateur main event. Pierce, McHugh, Reagan, Pedri settle in. Now on to the 450 amateur main event. Brianna McHugh wanted to make a little money on the night, gets the hole shot, and she leads the field into 3 and 4 on the opening lap. Pierce into second, Hansen back in third. Greg Boyle and Robert Lewis, two of our veteran riders, in 4th and 5th here. Hansen now making a move into second, gets by Pierce. Pierce goes way wide. Boyle able to come through and take over 3rd place. Hansen looking to chase down McHugh and hoping to sweep the 450 and Open Amateur main events, but he had a lot of work to do. McHugh, by this point, pretty much gone, riding a great race, so smooth out front, put together an amazing ride here in this 450 amateur class, and picks up her 2nd main event win on the weekend, first of the night for the 450 amateur class. Hansen comes home 2nd, Greg Boyle in 3rd. Now on to the youth class. In the 50cc, we get to see the 77 of Woods take home the victory. In the 65cc class, Ellen Nickens, Waylon Edwards, side by side off the line. Ella goes up the inside down the back straightaway. Waylon trying to hold on, but Ella just too strong up the inside going into 3 and 4. And Ellen Nickens would go on to take the victory in the 65cc class. Looking really strong on the night. Ella actually beat her brother Jaden in the 85cc heat race and would give Jaden all that he could handle in the 85cc class. Brother and sister duking it out. But in this particular race, Jaden, with the hole shot, was able to hold off his sister for the victory in the 85cc class. In the 0 to 200cc class, that beautiful star race of the 4M of White would get out front early over Ellen Nickens and hold on for the victory in this class on the night, putting the framer out front. Now a little love for the vet riders on the night. Super senior class 60 plus, Chad Mason out front comfortably comes home with the victory here. But in the senior 40 plus class, Mason, while he was out front, had quite a view of a battle for third in front of him as he was closing up to lap him. Mason takes the victory. Beal comes home second, but behind him, a three-rider battle between Scallione, Hall, and Shiflett as they come to the line with Scallione holding off the other two to come home third in the senior 40 plus class. Vintage light class, Gary and Raldy and Mike Halsey side by side up the line, and Raldy gets the lead. Halsey trying to give him a little bit of a battle on that Yamaha, but in Raldy a little too much behind them. Ron Andrews getting in the mix as well. Andrews and Halsey would have a little duel here for second, with Andrews getting past Halsey, making that move up the inside, but by this time, Ralty way out front and just stylish in here in the vintage light class, looking super fast. On that Bultaco, he would take the victory. In the vintage super class, we get to see Aaron Woods and Hayden Hathaway, mano a mano, final lap here. Ken Hathaway get around Woods, the early race leader. A couple beautiful machines here. Hathaway trying to make a move around the outside, just not enough traction, and Woods would hold on for the victory. In the hooligan class, another mano-a-mano battle here. This time, Robert Lewis and Georgie Price. Price won the heat race, but Lewis able to get the lead in the main event. And this track, definitely, you got to make aggressive passes if you want to make things happen here. Lewis, well, he tried to give Price an opening there. Price not able to capitalize just yet. Georgie would hang tough in the early stages of this race, but Robert Lewis on that Tony Pageant-tuned Harley-Davidson, fresh off a win in Sonoy, Georgia with the American V Twins class for AFT, comes to Capital City and, well, going to keep his winning ways going. Picks up the checkered flag in the hooligan class on the night. Bit of a scary moment here in the Mad Dog class. Hall gets over the back tire of Audette, goes down hard in 1 and 2. The bikes actually get locked together. Fortunately, both riders okay. They would make the restart on this. And this race would be dominated by Aiden Guggenauer, who would take the lead and be unstoppable here in the Mad Dog, almost winning by an entire track over the rest of the field, just so fast. In Nick Henderson's favorite class of the night, the knobby tire class. The 94 gets out front early of Atkins, but would be challenged by Jessup on the Kawasaki as it go into 3 and 4. Jessup not wanting to hang back too long, goes into the lead. Now keep an eye on that bike in third, that old XR Honda ridden by Edward Dean. He makes the move into second here, and he's not done. For having knobby tires on the bike, he's one of the smoothest riders out there and looks super fast. Goes around the outside to take the lead. Maybe caught our leader by surprise. Attempt at an answer bag, running it in deep into 3 and 4. They almost go down, but Dean able to hold off the challenge and would come home the victor on the night, taking the win in the knobby class. All right, so that's a wrap on things here at Capital City Speedway. Another year of RVA Flat Track in the books, and what a showing by the Turner Racing Honda team in a race that honors Big Mike Turner's father. The Turner Racing team. Trent Lowe wins both expert classes. Walker Porter comes home with the dash for cash. Amazing racing throughout the amateur classes. We got to see Braxton Reagan, Brianna McHugh, Brody Hansen all take home wins tonight. Just a fantastic event, and seriously, RVA Flat Track, Mike Hacker, and John Nickens put on an incredible show for everybody in attendance. A great crowd comes out to support this every year, and good purse money and awards up for grabs for anybody that's in attendance. So super fun night. We'll continue to support this event anytime that they're having it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody.